What is going on?
Yeah!
Oh, man.
You lost, baby.
Alright, you got me, man. You got me.
$50. Better pay up.
I paid out.
Alright, guys, 8 minutes ago, Dave Castano.
What's up, guys?
SVG Speakeasy. Real quick, we're going to make the announcement of who won Contractor Rescue.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys know, we picked three candidates. We had 3 finalists last week. We got the winner. But we got to wait till the end here to announce it. We also have 3 more finalists this week. So we're gonna play those at the end of this as well. They're gonna go into another round of voting this next week. The winner, we're gonna head in mid-May. We're gonna restructure everything. If you guys know our traditional SVG product system, sales, phase 1, phase 2, estimating and supplementing, production, accounts receivable, commercial, if they do commercial, if not, we're gonna touch that area.
We got it all.
Contracts and forms, we're gonna rebrand, we're gonna restructure their entire office from hiring agreements, recruiting, how they set up their sales training, their pay plans, sales associate pay plans, ranges, key manager pay plans, estimated supplement, are they pre-capping jobs before they build them? And we're going to put all these tools in place branded for the winning company. Production, how are they hiring their subcontractors?
Yeah.
What procedure are they using to execute and order jobs, drop jobs, call them Mrs. Smith, accounts receivable, how are they invoicing, how they filing liens, all that kind of stuff.
Can't forget about phase 2 either. I mean, how to reduce your life.
Well, build contracts. You know, all your build contracts, branded. So we're going to rebrand everything, resystematize that company in 24 hours. Might take 2 days.
Yeah.
Restructure everything, and then it'll be a second follow-up episode within what, 60 days?
About 60 days, maybe even 90 days.
60 days, we go back, and then we're going to build up that company with the people after they have the foundation, the right foundation in place.
Now, is this going to be an easy process for them, or is it going to be...
It's going to be painful, baby.
It's going to be painful,
We
yeah.
have to let go. We're going to rebrand everything. So hopefully they're ready for that. They're also going to get a pair of goggles. They're going to get the SVG virtual training for 1 year free of charge.
Yeah.
They're going to get a rescue package. We got lifelines of credit. We got roof squares. We got CRMs. We got hail maps, storm mapping. We have lead generation.
Yeah.
So a bunch of key vendors have pitched in and put together a rescue package. So they're going to get a little rescue package from key industry vendors, stuff that we don't do, and then a rescue package from SVG. So let's go ahead and let's play the next 3 finalists.
Are we going to give a recap of last week's? Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do a recap of last week to see who the finalists is. Ox, was it Blue Ox?
It was Blue Ox. It was Blue Ox,
Blue Ox.
DreamWorks Restoration, and we got Repair King.
So we have Illinois, Denver, and Minnesota.
Our story in a nutshell, you got a lot of dynamics. You got the young guy, aspiring guy coming in, trying to learn shit. You got the old guy who's hard-headed, who knows the business, who doesn't do it. Dinosaur, we know the SVG shit, we're just not using it. We're half-ass using it and just being hard-headed, trying to do shit our way. You know, but you don't really apply it. You don't really use it. Okay, we're finally going to give in. We're going to listen to Anthony Del Medico because he's got this experience. He knows this, he knows that. He's got this system. Most people know, they're just not applying. They're all the same scenario. This is actually your target customer right here.
We need help. This is Dream Restorations. We're struggling, Anthony. We're drowning. We're gonna die if you don't come and rescue us. Please help! Por favor!
We did about $2.5 million in the Colorado market last year. I thought that was pretty good, but based on the storm size, I really wish we would have doubled that. Our main problem is finding sales guys. It really comes down to finding the proper guys, managing the cash flow, and being able to grow.
Well, let's get a drum roll going. You got a drum?
All right, so we're going to announce the winner right now. Should we do the drum
Winner,
roll?
well, let's start with Dream Restoration, got 57 votes.
They did get 57 votes.
Repair King, Mike Holmes, got 101 votes. And the winner is Blue Ox with 129 votes out of Denver, Colorado. They're the winner. Now, guys, remember Mike, who's a gal in Illinois? Vicky, if you didn't win this week, you're still going in a pool for next week. So we now have 3 more finalists that were added this week that we're going to show a video of on TV.
We'll show them videos.
Then we'll have a pool of 5 on the landing page starting Monday, a whole new round of voting. So Mike, Vicky, you guys can still win next week and do another final selection on next Friday.
And it's a whole new round of voting, so your votes are going to reset. You're going to reset back to 0, and it's all fresh from right there. Well, yeah,
looks like we're going to Denver, baby.
Denver, Colorado. Blue Ox Exteriors coming right at you. So we got 3 new candidates for this week.
So let's check out the 3 new ones. I haven't seen these.
Let's check them out.
And again, we're still accepting applications, guys. Next week is the last week, so you can still get in next week on the last round of voting to select that 3rd week of voting.
All right, let's take a look at our first candidate for this week's.
Hi, my name is Abby Alexander. I'm the owner of Atlas Roofing Company, LLC, based out of Loveland, Colorado. I think Atlas would be a fantastic candidate for Contractor Rescue. In order to explain that, I'll give you a little bit of our history. So Atlas was originally established in 1985 out of Loveland, Fort Collins. Traditionally, it's a small residential company. I'm the third owner of the company. I purchased it with my now ex-husband back in 2015. And when we took it over, we ended up tripling revenue, and everything seemed to be going really well with the company. And because of a long story that I won't bore you with, I ended up getting a divorce and finalized that in 2018. And I got Atlas in the divorce. My ex-husband took over another roofing company that we also owned. And so now I am a small woman-owned business trying to make it work. I think it would be a huge shame for a company that's been open so long to go down. So I'm doing everything I can to keep it open. When I took over the company on my own, I took it over with no operating capital and really not much staff, not really any ongoing work. So it was a struggle to take it over. And through the rest of the summer and the fall, I retained most of my staff and did some residential projects. And then by the end of the fall, I had fired most of my staff for many, many reasons. They just weren't worth their salt. And now I have whittled my staff down to 2 other people, my part-time bookkeeper, who is awesome, and Cody Adam, who is now my business partner. He has been the only reason that I still have my doors open. He has about 1.5 years of roofing experience and learning more and more every day. I've been working in construction and roofing, mainly on the administrative side, for over 9 years. And Cody luckily was nice enough to see how much I was struggling, that he decided to step up and basically become my general manager. Invested his savings into Atlas and believed in what we were doing. I was personally getting out of a really bad situation, and I am with Atlas trying to correct all those wrongs and move forward with a good, solid company. And I believe that Atlas can be that company, but we are struggling. Cody and I have not taken a salary at all since we took over back in July. So that's been kind of hard. We are also trying to break into the commercial market. I have done that in the past, and I think it's a great avenue, as well as residential, and all in insurance restoration work. So I really wanted to submit this video because I think that Atlas deserves it. I think Cody deserves it. He's been just wonderful to help me through this, and I want to do this for my family. I have 2 kids. And the other exciting part of this story is that I mentioned Atlas is based and operates in Loveland, but as a part of my divorce, for my kids' sake, I moved to Austin, Texas, where my family is. And so now I am running a roofing company from out of state. So I will say it is never boring at Atlas. We have a lot going on every day. We are hoping to get a very large commercial project started very soon. But we are struggling with no staff and no way to ramp up for the spring and summer season. And we would love to be a part of your program and gain any insight and help that you can offer us. I really hope that you consider us. I'd love to see Atlas make it another 30 years. Thank you.
All right, Abby with Atlas Roofing, thank you so much for sharing your story and submitting your entry. You're going to be placed into this week's pool of voting, so good luck to you. We do have the next candidate over here, and this is going to be Zak Myers with Myers Restoration. Also has a very interesting story, so let's see what he has to say.
Hey, my name is Zachary Myers. So a little bit about our story. Our adventure started when the company I was working for, the owner decided to lie about the company going under and then stopped paying a lot of people. So at that point, we knew we weren't going to be able to pay our rent anymore, so we knew something had to change. So when my wife kept talking about starting our own restoration, construction, and styling business, encouraging me because of my experience in construction and my past as a insurance adjuster, and then my wife's ability and eye for detail for styling. So we, not being able to pay our rent, we had to move out to some family land. And then in about January of this year, we started our own restoration company called Myers Restoration. Out of some necessity. So it came down to either moving out here or not eating. So I'm going to show you around our tiny house that we moved into.
Back up. This is our living room. And we'll slowly turn. And this is our kitchen. Say hi, Zachary.
Hello.
And we'll take you back to our bedroom. This is it. And our youngest son, that's his bed. We have 4 kids, all under the age of 6. We climb up a ladder, and our oldest 3 sleep up here on the loft. Pretty cozy. And then this is the view from up top. So it's exactly 200 square feet, and we completely renovated it ourselves. It was an old shed that my grandpa used to farm the land that we live on.
So it was kind of our first project. Came in here, gutted everything, new floors, new cabinets, built the entertainment center for the TV and books and toys, and kind of the divider between our room and out here. Built the loft for the older kids to sleep on. That was our first undertaking, painted everything. So like she said, we have 4 under the age of 6. So let's go outside and take a look at them. Here's our youngest. He's a little climber. That's Boston.
Hey, big guy. Did they leave you at the table? And then here's our others. Can you guys say hi?
That's Colby, and there's Bennett.
Where's Sid?
Sydney. Oh, she's down there.
Sydney's down here playing
Say
in the
hi,
dirt.
Sydney.
And this is our beautiful land. And we'd love to get our business going so that one day maybe we can build a house out here or get our own land. It's super windy out today, so you might not be able to hear. And
so a couple of things. Having been stiffed on a lot of money, we're just making money as we go. Any kind of money any jobs we get, we're just trying to pour it back into the company, try to get going, and just a lot of getting a lot of tips off the SVG page. But other than that, we love some mentorship. Just a lot of I don't knows. Starting your own company, as you know. We'd just really be grateful for any help you all could provide, and appreciate the opportunity. Thanks.
thank you.
All right, and again, that was Zak Myers with Myers Restoration. Really nice house there, man. I really like the tiny home. Very cozy. We have one more submission for this week, but I do want to reiterate one more time that before voting continues, since Kevin Zahn was the winner for last week's with Blue Ox Exteriors, there is still Dream Restoration and My Repair King, Mike Holmes. Those will still be in the pool for these votes as well. So if you still want them to have a chance to win, you can go on our site, vote for them, and yeah. So we got Cody Smith with RGL Restoration. He's going to be our last submission for this week. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Cody Smith. I own RGL Construction and Restoration here in Fort Worth, Texas. I've been in business about 4.5 years now. A little bit of my backstory: I came from the multifamily world doing apartments. I was in charge from anywhere from $3 to $4 million projects at a time. Was in that business for quite a while, and then the company that I worked for was getting bought out by a larger corporation. I didn't quite agree with the morals and the way that these people ran business, so the day that they took over, I gave my 2 weeks and I took my last paycheck and started my own business. I signed on one job, and we were supposed to do a nice little wraparound deck and some siding, and the people that I took the job on for decided to file an insurance claim and try to get a portion of it paid for. So not knowing a ton about insurance claims at the time, I met with the adjuster, and we ended up actually getting the roof bought, and then the siding bought, and several other things. And in the midst of the conversation with the adjuster, he explained to me that they used a program called Xactimate. So I went home and Googled it, and then I found out that I could get a monthly subscription, and I went ahead and signed up, and I went ahead and rewrote the estimate for all the things that I thought it was short. And we took that claim from $15,000 to $58,000 in a short amount of time, really not knowing much. I actually Googled and YouTubed quite a bit, and I found SVG during that time, and I soaked up every free video I could possibly get, and it taught me a lot, and I was able to run that claim up. Unfortunately, my ignorance in the situation, the owner knew a little bit more about liens than I did, and the last portion of that project that was to be paid out, which was most of my profit, he forged an invoice and got the final payment written to him from the mortgage company, and it was a little over $20,000, and it was kind of a big hit at the time. It's kind of a hard blow right off the bat. Just jumped into business not knowing a ton. I had twin babies on the way, and so kind of felt a little taken advantage of at that point. I rolled into the next job, did another deck for some other people, and then in the midst of that, I gained another insurance claim doing a tile roof over in a nicer part of town here in North Fort Worth. Again, still not knowing a whole lot, but I was very intrigued by the industry and the way things worked, and it really got at me how insurance companies would get at people and how much they underpaid claims to begin with, and it fueled me to want to try this again. And so I jumped into another one that was it was basically a tornado. It hit a home, and it was a tile roof that had several squares off the back of it that were kind of blown off, and rain, water, and everything for several weeks over several storms had dripped down inside the walls and gotten just mold and all kinds of stuff. It totally destroyed these people's house. I won't name the insurance company, but they came out and they gave a whole $1,800 to fix these people's roof. They basically just wanted to replace some tiles. And so a long process of this job was about 6 months fighting back and forth. Again, not knowing a whole lot, only learning what I could learn on YouTube. We took that claim from $1,800 to $128,000. So during the process of this claim, it drug on so long that I was getting really stressed out. I was having a hard time with it. And just trying to teach myself how to do insurance claims and how to do a lot of things that I had never really done, run a business and so on and so forth. And so I kept going back to my doctor, and I was telling him, man, I'm really stressed out. And I had been on ADD medication for years, on a low dose. And he just kept upping my dose until eventually I was on about 4 times the legal limit of what you should be on. My health declined very, very quickly. I was down to 130 pounds and literally about a heart attack away from living. Once I realized that this was obviously a problem, I decided to get off the medication, which started a whole other journey. And in that time, to get off of it, I was pretty much on bed rest for about 2.5, 3 months. And it basically cost me everything that we had done and built. I had to sell off all the trucks, the trailers, the tools, everything we had. My wife was selling off the kids' clothes and shoes and anything we could to help pay a bill because I wasn't working. And so I came out of that and had to try to rebuild a business from there. And that's been about 2 years, and it's been a long road since then, trying to rebuild from scratch and debts, things that we had. Things have definitely gotten better, and we're on the upswing. But I feel like I've always kind of lacked the proper paperwork, the proper process, and just the influence of knowing, and I feel like SVG would have that for me. I feel like working with Anthony would be a dream come true. I know that I want to do really big things in this industry. I always have. I've had a heart for it from the day that I saw what insurance was doing to people. And I would love the opportunity to get to turn this thing around. I feel like I want to do it one way or another, but I would love more than anything to work with you guys and to have you come and show me the right way and the right process so that I could really scale this thing into something big. I have the drive, I have the purpose, I'm not going to give up. I've been at this 5 years, I've almost died, but I'm not giving up. And so I feel like with the proper tools in place and the help from maybe Anthony and SVG, I could really do something with this. I really appreciate you taking the time to review my video, and I really hope to work with you guys in the future. Thank you.
Wow. So that's a guy who really has a big heart and big passion for what he does in our industry. So Cody Smith, RGO Restoration, thank you so much for sharing your story. So those are our 3 candidates for this
All right, guys,
week.
those are great stories, a lot of hardship stories. I've been there a few times myself. I got a little bit of a hardship story myself, at least 2 or 3 times for 15 years. So that's the kind of folks we're looking for. Again, another round of voting this week. So these 3 candidates will be on the landing page Monday,
On Monday.
along with Repair King.
Repair King and Dream Restoration.
Dream Restoration. So now we have 5 pooled candidates for another
5
round of
people.
voting.
Yeah.
So those guys can still win. They still have a
They
chance
could
to
still
win.
win. They still have a chance. Yeah, the vote's completely
And then we do
reset.
that one more week. So we're still accepting video applications in the
Yeah.
next week. Now
Yeah.
next Friday is the last day to accept the video application. And those 3 will get pulled in
Yeah.
with whoever didn't win next Friday, and we're doing one more. So eventually we'll have 3 winners, 3 episodes.
Yep. So starting Monday, we're going to have 5 people in the pool. If you don't win this week, you'll be entered into next week's pool. So if you're a contractor and you're in business and you find yourself struggling, if you feel like your business is stuck, you just hit a stagnant point and you can't get anywhere, send in your submission. Get 5-minute video entry. We'll review it. We might have you here next week where we can, have you submit an entry. Maybe.
The other thing, guys, it's not about, I heard some comments on the page, why would I want to advertise that I'm underwater? Look, you might not be underwater. Maybe you're stuck in a 1 to 3 million range and you just don't know how to get to 5, 7, 10 million range. A lot of that has to do with systems and key functional areas of your office and who you're hiring and how you're set up. Or you could be just a startup company. Maybe you're not underwater. You're just trying to rub 2 sticks together and get it rolling. So it's not always about being underwater. That's one that we're considering as a hardship case. New startups, or maybe you just hit a wall and you're trying to figure out how to level up. So we're looking for all 3 stories. See you soon.